We're going to have to give them a bath. They really need a bath. They're a little smelly. They're still learning how to lick themselves.
Mm-hmm. Then you're going to need a bath too.
That's a given.
If you're holding a smelly cat.
I've never changed laundry more often in my life. Huh?
Yes. Todd and Erin Daily Stream.
Hey, look at them. Isn't she darling?
We will a little bit later have kittens on parade. But right now, we are fostering 6 kittens until they get old enough.
We should clarify this because we got like a rude comment yesterday on the show, and I keep my animals for life, and I need to explain. When you foster an animal for the Humane Society or any shelter, what happens is these are animals that are sick, or maybe they've been spayed or neutered, or maybe they're too young to be adopted out.
And they need medicine sometimes, so they need to be fed certain things.
And lots of overnight care. So these are animals that can't stay behind the scenes at the shelter. They don't have room to have hundreds of animals back there before they're ready to be adopted. So you might have to euthanize animals if you can't care for them. And so if you foster the animals out to families, then they get love and care, and they're ready to be adopted, and they get really cute and adoptable and healthy, and then they can go back.
So we're going to have them for 2 weeks. Then they're going to go and get neutered.
Then we get them another week.
Huh? Then
Well,
they
they
come
have
back,
to stay somewhere after
make sure their
neutered,
stitches and everything are fine. And then they go back, and then so far so good, because every cat we brought back has been adopted in the first week.
First day.
First hour.
That's my Zoe the kitty whisperer.
And these cats are much better than the other crazy ones. And so these are even, well, you know what? Let's show you right now. Let me show you today what these cats are like. Watch.
You're so cute. Always on the lap.
What do you got there?
Oh, it's for my sister.
What's she
My
say?
sister is the director of Utah Humane Society. I'm very, very proud of her, by the way. She's an amazing director. One of the kitties has a bad eye. She says, wipe it with a clean cloth or cotton ball. Probably needs antibiotic drops. Do you want to bring her to the shelter or just pick some up from my house later tonight? And I'll say, I'll pick some up from you tonight if that's okay. If she's infected. Does that mean all the kitties are going to be infected? Question mark. Always a little something to terrify you.
It's so. Where are the other ones?
They're still in the cage. I'm surprised. Usually the minute I come sit down, they're all over me. Oh no, only 4 kitties. Now this one is a little girl. See her pretty white eyeliner? And this one's a little girl here.
And look at this mustache.
And this one is a little boy.
No talk, baby talk. That's where
I have to. I can't help it. And this little baby. Then we have a black and white cat we call the Vicar. That's a boy. And then our tiniest one, which is my favorite because I can't stand it. I just love the runts. And I haven't come up with a name for him yet. It's going to be something awesome, like maybe Maurice. Maurice is
All right, I'm just going to leave you here with the kitty litter box, and you have a good afternoon, because they well, I'll fall asleep now.
You're going to make dinner while I'm trapped here because I can't disturb them once they're here.
Are you suggesting that you would make dinner?
No, I just thought we could stay in the kitchen and we can talk because I'm
All right.
lonely.
Let's say goodbye with a little picture of this one right here.
Oh, yeah.
And this one's not looking at me.
Look at that white eyeliner. She's so pretty. The Todd and Erin Daily Stream is brought to you by PC Laptops, with desktops and laptops starting as low as $7.99 with a lifetime parts and service warranty. They fix phones too. Go to PCLaptops.com.
All right, graduation. There has been so many pictures on Facebook. The people, Ben, congratulations.
Congratulations, Ben Ackerman. We're so proud of you.
Second degree, by the way.
It's keeping you out of the house, and I think that makes Tori very happy.
It is.
Zachy just got his graduation gown in the mail today.
Yeah.
I'm kind of freaking out.
I know.
Our son's graduating.
So if your older kids, are graduating from college, you think about this, okay? So they've been going to college full time, maybe doing a part-time job.
So you're probably already poor because you've been helping with tuition.
Exactly. And so now they're out. What the heck? What do you do? What? They're still in your house.
They're still not making anything. So here's where it gets tricky.
So
what are you supposed to help with?
I have this. Merrill Lynch did a study. 70% of those say they received financial support from their parents, and 58% said they could not afford their current lifestyle without their help. Now, certain things the parents should think about paying for. for a period of time.
It's not an automatic bank after they graduate. And I think that for a lot of parents, and they talk about this here, that you're so used to automatic deposits or you're so used to just paying for things that you don't really think about it till later of like, wait, should I be paying for that for a kid who's 25?
Cell phone. Yes.
Explain why.
Yes, because job interviews, you're discussing, you're talking, you're networking, you're talking with friends, you're staying connected, which makes sense for a certain length of time. Because if they don't get a job in their field, they'll get another job in something else, still working on getting a job in their field. Does that make sense?
I think so.
All right, transportation is a big one. You only can borrow the family car so much.
And if you do job interviews, you have to go there. Almost every major job interview when you get down to the finals is going to be in person.
Right.
So,
and it also says...
if you're in New York City, you can take the bus or you can take the subway. The rest of the world, no, it doesn't work that way.
And so they talk about Lyft and they talk about that. Uber as maybe supplementing the buying of a used car, or maybe an uncle's car that you could get, but then it smells like cheese. Housing. I didn't think about this. Housing. So, this is the typical mom and kid in the basement. Mm-hmm. Kid in the basement. And then what is the responsibility of the kid in the basement? The graduate from college. What do they have? Well, first of all, they have a requirement to participate in the house. They have another one to participate in the food.
And don't they say that too, that you really get this written out so the kid understands you're supposed to not only be doing your own laundry, but maybe you could be doing the household laundry as part of your chores, or you're taking 2 cooking nights. Because usually
so
moms
funny.
and dads...
Chores. Sounds so funny
it's
for
true,
a
though, but
graduate.
moms and dads are usually working too, and if they come home, they're tired. And if you got a 25-year-old going, where's dinner? I would smack him.
Hey, Mom, make me a sandwich. Right? Okay, so, job interviews and stuff like that. Kids, if they need some clothes or whatever, they need to get out of the college look and get into a professional thing, a good choice. Not the most expensive stuff in the world, but a good choice, a good suit or a good outfit for a woman to go and do a professional interview, another great thing. And everything is basically moving expenses. Damn yes.
Here you go, son.
Get out of
Here's a van.
Get out of my... Here's a dump truck. Get out of my house. Take the furniture. I don't care. It's time for you to go.
It's not that bad. What
It
are some of the
could be.
things that you should not pay for, though?
Well, first of all, security deposit on an apartment, yes. Mm-hmm. Now, these things tend to be fairly pricey, and it is
It's usually first and last and a security deposit, which
Payback.
is several thousand.
a payback situation on a monthly basis once the job is required. All the stuff like keeping up a lifestyle that they can't afford, going out to dinner, doing all this stuff, dating and the expenses that go with that, no. That is the thing that you get a job while you're looking, even if it's a short-term job, because most graduates have already done this before they graduated. They've already gone out and they've already talked to people and they say, this is what I want to do.
Ideally, yeah, that's what you
And
want.
they get hired. So anyway,
That's
that's what
interesting.
you're supposed to do.
Well, it's cool because, what we're talking about school, it kind of kills me. I think none of us are unaware at this point that good nutrition is crucial for a kid to learn, especially during the younger years when brain development is so crucial. And without adequate nutrition, you cannot have adequate brain development,
true.
and it leads to lower IQ. It leads to
Right.
a lot more cognitive issues.
Think about being hungry. And
How
what-
do you
what is
possibly
it?
concentrate?
Oh,
I get hangry. I would probably have like a pencil
What do
to
you
the
call
teacher's
it?
neck
You
or
call
something.
it
Hangry. Hungry and
Hangry.
angry.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a given. And so why people might go, I shouldn't be subsidizing their food. No, we should. They're little kids. We should absolutely be making sure every little kid in our community gets something to eat that's nutritious.
A lot of people who want to do something nice are now going to the school and paying for the food that people are behind.
Well,
so they find out.
let's talk
Go ahead.
about that,
Oh,
because
yeah.
that gets trickier
Sorry.
than you might think. See, for instance, Rhode Island is not my favorite place. You may remember last year that their school district started sending out really aggressive collections notices for unpaid school lunch.
Right.
I mean, aggressive, like it went on your credit record, aggressive, which seems to me like, really? And so after they got
Jerks.
bad publicity for that, they came back. And I get it. I get budgeting and stuff, I do, but there's certain things that seem like there should be a priority. Now there's a new one where they're saying, this is kindergarten through 12, if the students' parents haven't paid for their lunch or they can't pay for a lunch or anything, they get a peanut butter sandwich and they can have some water.
I saw that.
Now,
I saw that.
I'm glad they're getting something, but number one, if that's the only thing they're getting, then all the other kids know, oh, he can't afford anything. Number two, a peanut butter sandwich it's good, but it's not.
It's something.
It's not complete nutrition. And so
Right.
parents, even other parents were calling and going, I'll help supplement some other food if you need that, but you can't do that to these kids. And there was one sweet lady who owns a local restaurant, and he raised $4,000. She said, let me donate this to the debt. And the
So
school
what's the
turned
problem?
the school turned her down 3 times, and they turned down all the other parents who
Why?
said they'd help. They said, that would make us favor one child over another if we paid one lunch bill or another.
Oh,
and I was thinking,
screw that.
couldn't you just pay a small amount? Disbursement, if you've got an accounting system, isn't any harder.
Right.
You just pay a small amount on each one.
Yeah.
But they kept going, no, that would favor the
Did
other
they go
children.
to the news? What'd they do?
So the families and the restaurant lady went to the news going,
Nice.
couldn't they do this? And her accountant was the one who went, this is how you could do it. Finally, Shivani, who's the Greek yogurt maker, said, we're just going to pay off the
You mean
$77,000.
the big yogurt dude?
They're paying off all the unpaid school lunches.
And there's nothing they
So
can
there was
do to
there was
say
no
no.
argument. And I get it for the school.
that's in
They
Rhode
still-
Island,
yeah,
right?
they still have to run a budget. I get it,
Mm-hmm.
and that's several tens of thousands of dollars, and I get that too. But it's like this is a thing that's so important, and why wouldn't you take donations if people are willing to offer?
This is true.
But this isn't the only thing. School officials in a food service company say, well, we're going to rehire her now that we know. This is in New Hampshire.
Know what?
It's the northeastern states that are usually our friends.
Oh, yeah.
They fired a lunch lady, Bonnie Kimball. She had worked at this high school for 6 years. And a boy came up and he had food on his tray. He goes, I can't pay it. Could I pay you tomorrow morning? And she said, yeah, go ahead. So the next morning he paid his $8 fee. However, one of the other lunch ladies apparently tattled on her and she got instantly fired.
Because she gave one meal.
Yeah, she was accused of violating the procedures of Cafe Services, which is the food services company, as well as federal and school policies.
Oh, so it's subcontracted.
Really? So 2 other employees, I guess, in the lunchroom also quit in protest of her firing. And so they kind of went back after the backlash from the public. Oh, well, we'll rehire you. And she went, no, I'd rather keep it this way because the attention is now on you. And you have to explain why it's like this instead of just covering it by hiring me back.
So the news got a hold of it. Mm-hmm. Oh, good.
Well, this is where I always do love certain superintendent statements because they try to be very lofty. And they go, first and foremost, it is our goal to do right by our school students and our families and our communities. But the events of these past weeks and the feedback I've received from parents gave me considerable pause. And then they had to ruin it. They had to ruin it by going,
They didn't shut up at that point.
no, they didn't. She said, but we would never refuse to provide food to a hungry child who cannot afford to pay. But that does not include ice cream bars, sports drinks, and chips. So Bonnie, the food services employee, stood back up again. He had a sandwich and he had a thing of milk on his plate. Just to make it really clear that, because they were trying to intimate that,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just a little tip for you. When you're saying I'm sorry,
Quit when you're ahead.
you shut up after you say I'm sorry.
Quit when you're ahead. Just quit.
Is this the story you want me to do?
Yes.
Ah, this is such bad. There's a brewery.
I think
they-
it's funny. I'm sorry.
And they brew things, beer. And basically what has happened, and this is in North Carolina, I believe. Yeah, Charlotte, North Carolina.
They have a ton of great craft breweries down here.
Just like we do here. The truck was stolen. With
beer
a
truck?
load of their home crafted artisanal?
Artisanal?
I
think artisanal,
homemade beer. And it went off. So they went on to Facebook.
Man, that's not cool.
No, they went on Facebook and they said, we want our truck back. Whoever finds it will give you a keg party. 43 minutes
There's
later,
thousands of college students immediately covering all of North Carolina searching for a beer truck.
they even offered a keg party to the person who stole the truck.
Wow. I don't think they should be rewarded.
I don't either.
No.
43 minutes later,
43 minutes later.
they must have good beer. Some lady saw it turning down her street, and even though it had a GPS unit in it, it wasn't functioning correctly. So they were kind of in the same area, whatever. And then she saw it,
Way to go, sis.
Cops pulled in,
They're gonna have a great party.
stopped the truck, and then tried to figure out, called the owners, found out, arrested the guy. They got the beer back. She got a keg party. Crime fighting.
Nice.
McGruff, the crime fighter.
You know, I was waiting to pull up to Zoe's school today, and there was a mom in front of her, and she was blocking the crosswalk that was blinking, and she was texting. And there were like 8 of us piled up behind her on South Temple, and I'm like, did you notice that, number one, you could go? Well, wait, now you can't because the crosswalk, but you're texting.
Right.
How many people do you catch texting in their car while they're driving? I mean, like actually driving, not pulled over, but like driving. It's really scary. And
They
I've
do
seen
the
so many
wander.
people who walk in front of
They do
me
the
on the
wander.
street. Not in the crosswalk, but they just walk out into the street and they're still texting.
not
And I'm
in-
like, I'm paying attention, so I'll stop. But what if I...
Yeah, earbuds. You got
Yeah.
earbuds in. Well, and even if you don't, what happens when an electric car comes up? There is no noise.
Yeah.
New York City has come to a conclusion. They know what they're going to do. Because so many people have been stepping out into traffic.
Ooh, especially there,
'Cause-
because New York drivers are not kind. They have
Right.
no patience.
New York drivers are like, if there's this much room, they're going to cut in front of you. And people don't understand that here.
It's a small island with a lot of people
Don't
on it.
understand that here.
Oh, yeah, it's savage.
It's like you push your way into line. So anyway, so they got these kind of drivers out there, and basically what's happening is people are getting hit. So $30 to $50 fine for texting in a crosswalk. If you're going to get fined texting while you're driving, I think it's absolutely perfect. We've all seen the videos
that's fair.
where people walk into poles, people fall into fountains.
Do you remember that lady? She actually sued the mall for the fountain, saying that it shouldn't have been there.
Right. And she was texting away, and this was years ago. But it has continued. People have done
Tripped over
dogs, tripped over old ladies. I mean, it's
They have texting and driving laws here, but I don't think we have any texting
25
and walking laws, do we?
25 and 50.
I don't think we have any texting and walking laws here. Do we?
No, not yet.
It's
And
only a matter of
hopefully,
time.
I don't. New York's different.
All right, I would like to praise Utah and Minnesota.
I think this is hilarious.
And
by
this
the
is
way.
something that none of us are going to believe because we are routinely accused of being terrible drivers here
Not
in
going
Utah,
to
right?
believe it.
We are the best places for driving in 2019, along with Minnesota.
Shut up.
That's based on a few things: affordable auto insurance, low crash-related fatality rates.
Right.
So it's like percentage of annual income spent on your car insurance, extra
like-
costs associated with road conditions,
Road
traffic
conditions, right?
Yeah, traffic congestion, gas prices.
Right.
Uninsured drivers, which if anyone's ever been hit by one knows what that turns into.
Yeah.
And car repair costs. So we found out that we were top in the nation. We were 6th place in 2018, but apparently our general awesomeness has continued.
They haven't driven in Lehigh, evidently.
It's a tech sector.
And
now.
Orem, watch yourselves.
They've exploded. It's a tech sector. They can't help themselves.
You need to watch yourself.
Anyway, I was very proud of you, Utah. See, we came out on top again. In
I
something.
wanna say at this point, and I don't want to brag, but I want to tell you how much we are professional broadcasters, and the reason I'm going to say that is right now there is a stench in the air that is incredible from the 6 kittens that we're taking care of.
Yes,
but
there is.
wait, there's more. They've been meowing the entire time we've been doing the show.
And you've ever heard
But
a high-pitched meow from a baby kitty
there's
that's pleading
more.
for help?
There has been a dog scratching on the glass door, which is right over here. But wait, there's more. Hummingbirds have been landing on the hummingbird feeder out that window.
We're just like Wild Kingdom here,
So
aren't
we got 6 cats, stinky cats, hummingbirds, dogs scratching at door, and yet you get the fine entertainment that you came here for. No, all right. So
You might want to smooth over that one.
yeah, not bad though, huh?
It was good.
Yeah.
It was slick, yeah.
You guys have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow on the Todd and Erin Daily Stream. All right, whose turn is it to pick up after the cats?
Oh, I scrubbed the floor this morning. That's much worse than the litter box.
I took the box out.
Yeah, but I had to touch it.
Am I going to heaven for this?
I hope so.
Oh, gross. Ew, maybe I don't
Heaven
want
filled
to
with
go.
stinky cats.
Maybe heaven's been overrated. I forgot to tell you. It's also there's a downpour going on. So
You don't get any bonus points for that.
You got a downpour.
No,
you
if
got
there's a
hummingbirds.
if
you
there's
got
a
dogs,
hurricane going, you
got
get bonus points for
smell,
that.
You got cats.
You don't get
got
any credit for a
her.
rain shower.
It's not a shower. It's a downpour.
You're so dramatic.
Thank you. I don't know how I work in these conditions.